Hi everybody, it's Joel Kennedy with Kennedy Violin. So today is another play-along video. We're going to be covering Lightly Row from Suzuki Book 1. So remember, we're currently doing a Suzuki series where I'm covering every song in Suzuki Book 1 through 4. And at the end of the video, I throw a dart at the dartboard of destiny back there, and it decides the song that we're going to be doing for next week. Although, admittedly, we are running out of songs because I've done a lot of these videos. We've only got really maybe 4 or 5 songs left, so we'll be moving on to some other literature at some point. Okay, so I'm just going to play through the song, and then I'm going to play through it with the metronome so you can see how it fits with the beat. So, here we go. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so now I'm going to play through it with the metronome. Now, usually when we play a Suzuki song, we're usually in like 4/4 as a general rule, right? And there's usually a big C right there in the staff, and that usually means 4/4. But there's a line through that C, so that means we're in cut time. So now instead of 4/4, we're in 2/2. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the half note gets the beat, and there's the equivalent of 2 half notes per measure. So usually in 4/4, 3/4, or whatever, you know, every beat is a quarter note, right? So a quarter note gets 1 beat, half note gets 2 beats, right? And a whole note gets 4 beats, and so on and so forth. But in cut time, it's actually doubled. So now the half note gets the beat, and those quarter notes actually get half a beat. So there's going to be 2 quarter notes per beat. That's kind of interesting, right? Now, Suzuki's trying to teach you something, obviously. They're trying to teach you to count differently. So when I put the metronome on, I'm going to put it on 50. So what's going by? These are half notes going by, not quarter notes. These are half notes. Half, 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 half. So quarter notes look like quarter, 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 half, half, okay? So let's play it with the metronome. I've got it at 50. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we already talked about the time signature, 2/2. Let's talk about the key signature. So we're in the key of A major that has 3 sharps, right? F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Now normally this would be kind of an advanced key signature to some extent for the violin, for a beginner violinist anyway. So you might be wondering, why are they giving me such an advanced key signature? Well, because the piece is only occurring on 2 strings, and you don't even have the second finger on the E string. So it's most of the fingers that would normally be affected by all these sharps, well, you're not playing them, so it doesn't really make any difference. So the only thing that you have to really remember is that the second finger on the A string is high. That's your C sharp, right? So remember, the second finger can either be high next to your third, or low, C natural, next to your first finger. So high or low, high or low. There's no in between, right? So for this song, you're going to be making sure that every second finger on that A string is a high second finger, because that's your C sharp. So let me give you a couple helpful hints that are going to help you in your violin journey. So I want to help you practice this correctly and get as much out of it as you possibly can. So the third measure, you have open 1, 2, 3, open E, right? On the third measure. Okay, my suggestion for you, strong suggestion, is to keep your fingers down until you go to that open E. So don't pick them up. So then, okay, don't do this. Don't pick them up. That's really bad. You want to start, if you're a beginning violinist, you want to start learning correct technique immediately. So keep those fingers down. It's going to help you a lot in the future. It's going to make violin a lot easier or less hard. Okay, so that's my first suggestion. Every time you have this figure where you're doing open 1, 2, 3, make sure you keep your fingers down until you have to pick them up. Okay, so my second suggestion is, you notice that they wrote in open E, right? That 0 above the E in the fourth line, for example. Sorry, fourth measure of the first line. Fourth measure of the first line, you have those open E's. And they have that 0 above, you know, the O or whatever, written above the E to indicate open E. Okay, what you should do, okay, is after you've practiced this whole thing, right, with your open E's, then practice it with your fourth finger. You want to start training that fourth finger as soon as possible because you want a strong fourth finger. So you notice they put that, I don't know what edition you're looking at, but they'll put the 4 below that E. They'll put a O above and they'll put a 4 below. So they're telling you you can play that open E, or that, you know, that E, with an open E, like an open, or with a fourth finger. So you should play it with the open E first, so you get it in your ear and you learn the string crossing. And then you should practice it with the fourth finger. But also remember, keep your fingers down. So it's going to be, keep your fingers down. Now pick them up. 4. Okay, then it happens again. The second line from the bottom, last measure, we have that open E. But do fourth finger, right? Then keep it down for the next note. Fourth finger. Okay, so just remember, play it with the open first, get really comfortable with it, get it in your ear, then play the whole thing again with the fourth finger and make sure it matches the pitch that you just taught yourself with the open E. Okay, so let's throw the dartboard at the dartboard of destiny and find out what our song for next week is. Okay, so I have my weapon in hand. Let's throw the dart at the dartboard of destiny. Oh, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, the Google algorithm likes it when you like a video. We want people to see these videos, at least I hope you do. I hope they're helpful. I think they're helpful. People tell me they're helpful. So hit the like, just do that, click. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let's throw our dart. Okay. All right. I didn't even hit the dart. I didn't even hit the dartboard. I am impressive. But it's closest to Book 1 Gavotte. So next week, we're going to be doing Book 1 Gavotte. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. And as usual, if you have any questions or comments, put them, in the comment section below. I answer all the comments. I see everything. So please let me know. So with that, I hope you guys have a great time practicing, and I hope you have a great day.